Hello everyone, welcome to Haunted Tales. Today we will dive deep into a horror story from Nepal. I was searching for a horror story from Nepal and found some good stories online. This is not my story, I got it from the web. I will include the link of this site if you guys want to check it out. This is the story about the hauntings in the brick city of Bhaktapur. Without further ado, let's start the story. Bhaktapur is a city of countless temples, many of which have origins lost to time. These ancient structures, shrouded in mystery, blend seamlessly with the city's rich history. Among these, the nine temples of Navadurga Devi stand out for a rather spooky reason. This real life ghost story, recounted by my grandfather, reveals why these temples are etched in the local lore with an eerie significance. Around 40 years ago, the Kathmandu Valley was vastly different from today. Modernization was minimal, and the majority of the valley was an expanse of open fields. My grandfather grew up in this rural landscape where dirt paths meandered through green pastures and small temples dotted the roadsides. It was rather a simpler time, with farming being both livelihood and pastime. One evening, after dinner, my grandfather decided to take his usual stroll to his fields. The night was calm and ordinary, with nothing to suggest the terrifying encounter that awaited him. As he made his way back home, he noticed something unusual near one of the temples. There, illuminated by the flickering light of a torch, stood a tall woman. In her left hand, she held the torch, while her right hand swept the temple floor with a broom. As he watched, the woman seemed to grow taller and taller with each sweep. Mesmerized and terrified, my grandfather hid in a nearby bush, hoping to remain unseen. From his hiding place, he observed the woman closely. Her face was a ghastly sight, an abnormally long nose, sharp canines stained with blood, and eyes that glowed a bloody red. She continued to sweep, oblivious to his presence, her terrifying visage etched into his memory. Fear gripping his heart, my grandfather slowly backed away, careful not to make a sound. Once he felt he was at a safe distance, he ran as fast as he could, not daring to look back. After running for what seemed like miles, he reached a local party, a traditional resting place where four people were sleeping. Too scared to return to home or go back to his field, my grandfather decided to rest with the others. He inadvertently woke them up, and they questioned his presence at such a late hour. Trembling, he recounted his terrifying encounter. As he spoke, the expressions of the listener shifted from fear to relief. One of the men explained, "You are fortunate to have survived an encounter with the Laasi. She is a demonic entity known to worship the gods so fervently that their holy power does not harm her. Every Saturday night, she sweeps and worships the nine temples of Navadurga Devi. Lasis are known to drag their victims away, torturing them before consuming their flesh. Had she seen you, we would not be here talking with you now." Terrified yet grateful to be alive, my grandfather remembered his mother's warning earlier that evening. "I have a bad premonition in my heart. Don't go to the fields tonight." Ignoring her advice, he had ventured out, only to have a close brush with death. The next morning, shaken but safe, he performed a puja to ward off any lingering evil. The story of the Lassi and my grandfather's narrow escape became a cautionary tale in the village. The temples of Navadurga Devi, once ordinary places of worship, were now viewed with a mix of reverence and fear. Lassie's a ghostly figure bound by her dark rituals left an indelible mark on those who heard the tale. To this day, the temples of Bhaktapur stand as silent witness to the past, their ancient walls guarding secrets of spirits that roam the night and the brave souls who encounter them. That's the story of Lassie. If you'd like to hear more horror stories like this, stay tuned. I'll be uploading stories every Saturday. Thank you for watching.